Welcome to Creating Disney Magic with Lee Cockerell. Lessons in leadership, management, and customer service. You can create magic too. I'm your host, Jody Mayberry, and of course, I'm here with Lee Cockerell, the author of Creating Magic, which I always tell people, Lee, that I think it is one of the top five best business books ever written. But sometimes I get accused of being biased because of our relationship, but I think I'd say that regardless.
Well, I'm happy with it. It's been out for many years and it's still in 22 languages and it's selling at the same rate it always has. So, and numbers, many universities and colleges are now using it as a textbook on leadership. So that's good.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
last
That's
creating magic. Yeah.
creating magic. Well, and that's that book has led to the name of this podcast, Creating Disney Magic. It's led to the mastermind event that we do. Next one's coming up in October. Barely any spots left for it though. The Creating Magic Mastermind. So we've really tapped into the success of that book.
Yeah. It's been great. People ask me, what's your favorite book? I tell them creating magic.
Yeah, that's right. Well, before I get on the topic, let me mention our friends at Magical Vacation Planner. If you are going to take any trips this summer, this fall, reach out to them. It could be a cruise, it could be a theme park, it could just be a getaway to Las Vegas or Hawaii. You can reach them at 407 442 2694. Lee, I want to bring up something that you have talked about on this podcast. You've talked about it in your books. You talk about it in the Main Street Leader, and it's about the act of walking around, just seeing what's going on in the operation. But I wanted to go a little deeper into that and get into your mind as you do it. I know part of the reason you do it is so the front line sees you out there and the leaders of the front line see you out there. But beyond that, or with that also, what is it that you are looking for when you're out there walking the front line?
Yeah, I will say that that was probably one of the best decisions I ever made was to walk my business and to be available and for people to see me and get be able to ask questions or report a problem to me that I would write down and take care of. And I think the reason I was extremely comfortable doing it is I had worked in every department in a hotel. I'd worked in housekeeping. I I had actually done the night cleaning of bathrooms for VIP guests when I was 20 years old in a hotel working. I've worked in kitchens. I'm very comfortable in kitchens. I'm very comfortable. I say the least comfort for me was I've never worked behind the front desk, but I paid a lot. I moved my office behind the front desk so I could be available for them when they had a customer complaint or somebody wasn't happy. They wanted to talk to somebody. I was there. So it's just amazing how much you learn every day. Every day you see something that you didn't see yesterday in an elevator, or you see it in the driveway needs to be painted, or something's been scarred up overnight. Somebody ran into it with a vehicle. Security issues, chafing dishes that cost thousands of dollars were not locked up last night. So I follow up on that. Guys, these are to be locked up before you go home. I go through the kitchens. I check all the food to make sure it's dated. It's a safety initiative that we have to date food. And what happens is when the routine is every day, people say, hey, we better do this because he's coming. And he'll be checking on it. I'm kind of like their mother. Every day I'm going to put my head in your room and see what you're doing in there. And you get comfortable relationships with people. You get very comfortable with your business, and you come up with a lot of solutions to problems because you ask them they'll tell you a problem. You say, what do you want me to do? That's what I say. What do you want me to do? And they say, well, here, I want you to do this. I said, okay, got it, wrote it down. Because many of the people who are telling you things have the solutions. That's the work they do every day. People told me, hey, Lee, we need more coat hangers for the check room. Bingo. Would I think of that? I don't hang the coats, so I don't know we run out of hangers. So I said, sure, go to the store, get them, bring me the receipt, get the hangers. Boy, you're solving problems before they become a problem. And that's just, let's don't let things get piled up with problems. Be out, and I had the authority to fix all of those things. I had the checkbook. I had the approval to do the things that they were showing me and telling me that were weaknesses in the operation. And same old story. Be a good role model. And I got to know them so well that they would tell me everything. you know, I mean, they told me everything, anything, Mr. Cockerell. And when I left, they just had a huge party for Priscilla and me, and it was all the hourly people came to it, the housekeepers, the dishwashers, because I knew them well. I knew them well. I saw them every day. I probably saw them more than I saw my wife because I was at work. And I walked my hotel 3 times a day so that I'd meet the employees in the morning. I'd meet the ones at around lunchtime for lunch, and then at 5 o'clock the night crew was already in. And actually, I went in one night at 11 o'clock when the third shift was on duty, which is doing the night cleaning, the heavy cleaning in the kitchen and all. They had never, ever, they didn't even know there was a general manager. They had never met him. And yeah, I had to explain to them, yeah, I'm in charge of this place. And I get to know them, you know. And yeah, everything got better. My safety scores got better, but the cleanliness got better, the attitudes got better, the frustration went down because when somebody had a problem, they told me about it and I got it fixed for them. Boom. You take the problems away from them so they can do their job. Give them the right piece of equipment. They need another knife. They need a computer. They need, well, I don't, whatever it is. Take that. My job was to remove the obstacles from the employees and from the customers. So basically wanted something they didn't have anything to complain about. And you do that. I mean, it's just it's something that every general manager and every manager of any business should get in the habit of doing. Routine, routine, because routine fixes many things. Uh, and even with routine, if you have a problem, mate, you only have it one day because you see it, you get it fixed. And yeah, it's great. I Yeah, I think it's just the strength of that. And even if you're a CEO, I was talking to a CEO once of a call center for Blue Cross and Blue Shield, I think it was, up in New York or somewhere. And I asked him, have you ever gone down from your 13th floor executive office to the people on the calls, taking calls from customers about their problems with insurance and this and that? No. I mean, I said, do it. And he told me later he went down and started listening to calls. He was shocked at all the problems and people were having that he could fix, and he just didn't know. I want to hear what the customer's not happy about because a lot of them are easy to fix. Some of them are attitudes, some of them are systems, some of them are pricing, but yeah, get to know your business deeply. And that means getting to know the employees deeply. So they'll help you and be your assistants, and they'll tell you what you need to do. They'll help you run the place. Yeah, so I love that. And I love being out with them. People are great. They're just great. Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the reasons you're out there is so that they see you, know you're coming, they raise their standards. The other is to find obstacles. Hopefully they'll tell you and you can remove them. How did you handle it? If this is two part, take it either way you want. One is how did you handle it when you found something that needed fixed? And then two, did you ever, as you went through an area, for example, housekeeping, did you ever say, can you show me how you do this?
Oh,
Did you try
sure.
to learn bits of their
Housekeeping,
jobs?
for an example, I personally inspected rooms every day at 3 o'clock. I got up from my desk because most of the rooms were clean by then, and I went up and I had my master key and I opened up and went into 30 rooms. I only went in there for a minute or two. I just wanted to walk in and see how it felt, how it smelled, and then I would take a quick look. And I wore an apron with soap and shampoo and all the things. Sometimes they didn't put a shampoo out. I just put it there. No big deal. Went on. And housekeeper knew Lee is going to be checking rooms every day. And because I was really focused on sanitation, no hair in the sink, no hair behind the door, those key things that people notice and think it's not sanitary. And so, yeah, I think I probably know the hotel business better than anybody because I stayed in hotels for 10 years traveling for Marriott, and then I ran one, and I went to every department, and I got to know as much about it as anybody. And so if you just put yourself in there, you're going to be so much better manager and so much better leader and a better teacher. Frankly, you're going to be a better teacher too. You're going to learn things you can't even imagine. I talked one day. I remember one lady that every time I checked one of her rooms, there was black hairs in the sink. Turns out she had lost her glasses. She couldn't even see them, and she wasn't wearing her hairnet. I got everybody in hairnets, and we got her some glasses and paid for them because it was no big deal, and that went away. Two things happened. She was going like, "Wow, Lee Cockerell took care of this. I went to find out what the real problem. The problem wasn't the hair in the sink. The problem was how was it getting there?" And then I backtracked to the poor lady, and then it was her glasses. Often the problem's about 3 stories back from where you see it. I wrote an article the other day about, do you know what the real problem was that created what you see? And you got to go back, take steps backward until you find the culprit, and then fix that. And I think enough people don't do that. Go to where you can find out what the exact reason this happened. And it could be training, it could be attitude, it could be lack of equipment, it could be losing your glasses. I mean, who knows? And it could be different for every time you see it. So, and that time you spend out with the business, let me tell you, it gets rid of a lot of problems you don't have to deal with later because the guests are happy. We don't get letters telling us we're a problem. And even you don't get it when everything goes really well in a hotel and everything's fine. You don't even get as many complaints on the price. They see the value. Everything went great. I have nothing to complain about. When people come after you, I just paid $300 for this room, and it was dirty and there was no soap, but blah blah blah. Then that's when. But otherwise, when things go well, value. Price is what you pay, and value is what you get, and so this could be a real changer for most businesses. And it doesn't have to be the hotel business; it can be any business. And as I once said, walk your business every day and touch base with all the employees before you go in and turn your computer on and close the door. I mean, you're going to learn more out there with a 20-minute walk of your business and saying hello to everybody and making sure they feel comfortable with you than you're going to learn in that office. And that walk is going to give you some things to focus on to make the business better too. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm fascinated, Lee, how the example you gave, you could have easily just said, "No more hair in the sink," and left it at that. How did you go from just bypassing saying no more hair in the sink, pay more attention, to finding out that what the real problem was?
Because when I found it, that was one of my major things, and that room and I went and tracked it down, and who cleaned this room today, and talked to her, and she eventually revealed she didn't have her glasses, and she didn't see it, and she didn't have a hairnet on. We made it mandatory to wear hairnets because that's hair falls out. We always have people wear hairnets in food preparation. Nobody wants a piece of hair in their potato salad, and it sends if there's a hair in the sink. I mean, this one thing can make you think. I wonder what else is a problem in here. Are the glasses clean? Did they clean this room properly? You send a little message of that doesn't need to even be thought of by a customer. I don't want them thinking about these things. I don't want them to not have any thoughts about something might be wrong in here. I want them to, oh, that's great. It's clean. It smells good. It's great. Everything I need's here. That's it. I don't want them dreaming up a problem because of one little hair.
Yeah, this is great. And I just was wondering your thinking on what got you from hair in the sink to buying her glasses and hair. That's just great way that you did that.
You know, the little things are for an individual can be really big. Depends on who it is and what it is, and we often don't think about that little thing, how we are available for somebody, and it really offends them because we said we couldn't see them. I mean, I just think about the little things. They're little to me, but to the person that has the problem, they're big. Like when I have a little problem, it's big to somebody that, like that operator that I had to talk to today at Visa. I had a big problem. To her, it was a small problem because she gets all day long these calls. And she turned out to be great and nice. And I told her, I wish I could get somebody like you every time. You were just wonderful. And so, bingo.
Well, one thing I do not mention often, we usually talk about the Cockerell store and the other things we offer. One great free resource is Lee's weekly email, mostly weekly email. It's always about leadership, management, culture, customer service. And you can get there just by going to leecockerell.com. You'll see a place to sign up. And if you enjoy these podcast episodes, I think you'll love the weekly email at leecockerell.com. Thank you so much, Lee, and thank you for listening to Creating Disney Magic. Until next week, go out and create magic for others.